It's time again for another Start Your Engines event in Euro Truck Simulator 2.
Junior, Senior.
G'day YouTubers, it's Senior here from Junior Senior Gaming, and today we're doing another Start Your Engines event, and we're basically taking a load from where we left off the other day. If we have a look, we were in Lille last. Remember that if you missed the first one, look, click in the description. I'll put the playlist. That's it, the playlist. You can go back and have a look at the first one that we did, which was from Amsterdam to London, and then we went from London to Lille. So now, today, we are going from Lille to Paris. A nice, really easy one. It's over 200 kilometers, so therefore that means that it is legit. So we can actually, if we have a look over here, let's see, deliver the racing components to the teams to at least 12 different cities. Only deliveries over 200 kilometers are eligible. So there we go. And we've only done 2. We're now up to the 3rd one. So let's get right into this and we'll get it going. Because now I have to remember we're driving a Volvo now, not an Eaton Fuller. So I always get those stuffed up. So alright, so doing the tug test there, and there we go, no problem. The trailer is well attached, and let's get out of here, shall we? And that trailer is just easily to follow. This is like an easy trailer to pull. It's the event itself is not hard, and for those of you that have already done it, I mean, you can pretty much vouch for what I'm saying here, and you can easily say probably this is one of the easier ones to do. So the harder ones are where you have to go to 10 different countries. That's hard. Hey, what? How did I get a red light offense? Serious? It was orange when I went through. That's not right. Oh well, we'll just keep going. Now, 50, I have to stay under 50, so I want to keep that, want to keep this truck under 50. And I'm driving as if I've got a wide load, aren't I? It's nuts. Alright, got to stop for the red here. Right, there we go. And yep, all good. Now, I hope you guys checked out the weekly drive this week. We had the Peter Bullet by Josh from JDM there, JDM, and man, that truck was really, really good. Had a lot of fun driving around in that, and definitely worth a look, guys. So, and don't forget to check out the mod review for it as well, where that is actually added to a playlist that I have, and it's the best truck mods for season 2. So all of the trucks that have won a weekly drive go into a playlist, which is the best truck mods for season 2, and then from there they actually you can go and check those out at any time. So all those mods you should at least look at or have a look at and make your decision there, or at least have them in your list, because these mods are mods that are definitely worth a look, guys. So make sure you do check those out, that playlist, the best truck mods for season 2 2018, and you'll be able to be up to date with all of the latest and greatest mods that we have for American trucks and Euro trucks. Most of the trucks, most of the community does follow American trucks, and I think that's just, personal choice. But I love both American trucks and Euro trucks. So, admittingly, if I had to pick a favorite, one that I could only play all the time, it would be American trucks. But I just love the American trucks in that. That's all. I know you can get the American trucks in Euro trucks, but the map itself is just really good. I love the scenery. Reminds me very much of Australia. And I know that a lot of fellow Aussies will be able to vouch for me on that one. They'll definitely agree with me that it does look a lot more like Australia than a Euro trucks does. Alright, driving down now. We've got still, what, 173 kilometers to go, so we're just going to hammer through this. 80 kilometers. See, we're smashing through the countryside though, aren't we? And we've got to turn up here back onto, is it another highway or what is it? Another little road that we've got to get to, so there we go. Flick that on, and this is what I like, looking at the outside of the truck as I'm driving down the road. I don't know why, I just do. Come on, get into gear. Does anyone else do this? Like looking at the outside of the truck? Oh, he's right up my ass, isn't he? See, I reckon that looks really cool. Now, the trick is driving backwards. I'm actually getting not too bad at driving backwards. Its only problem is when there's a sharp corner that comes up and it gets you unawares. So, you end up hitting something. But look, we're going alright here. And we got this turn. There we go. It does take a little bit of practice to do this, especially when you're doing, like, you know, 55 miles per hour or something. Wow, can easily lose it. Doesn't take much. We need some fuel, so I gotta stop and get some fuel. Now, where, pray tell, is the nearest fuel station? Probably not for ages away. Let's see, what's been happening this week? Well, it's not really that exciting during the day. It's basically, and this is, I don't mind it like this at all. It is very calm and easy. You know, basically you go from one point to the next, drop your load off, and that's it. Sounds very boring, but it's really, really good. I enjoy it, and I enjoy driving because it's very therapeutic for me. Because I don't have to think about much. I just get in and drive. And if I know where I'm going, it's even better. You know, you just get in, drive there, drop the load off, that's it. And you don't have to do anything else. Say hello to a couple of people, and that's all. Very, very simple. But other than that, I had a truck as I went off. I was on the Gateway Bridge and coming over the Gateway Bridge, and I had some gravel splash on the front of my truck and cracked my windscreen in 3 places. My boss is looking into that. Hopefully he gets that sorted and I can get a new windscreen for my truck, because that windscreen looks like it's going to crack. You know how you can see the cracks, they start to form, start to change? You can see it. That's what's happening. So it's going to split and go to the next crack and so forth, and then that'll be a new windshield, which my boss won't be happy, but anyway, that's life. And what else has been going on? Not really a great deal, to be honest. There's a fuel station just up ahead. That is great. There we go. I'm going to pull in there and fill up with some fuel. But I've heard that many of you have actually finished this already. And again, I am behind. Oh dear. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. That happens, doesn't it? Why did my wipers turn on? I don't want my wipers on. Turn the truck off. And let's fill her up. Oh look, there's some people hanging out there. It's like, why would you hang out at a fuel station? That's weird. I don't know. And there we go. So full tank of gas. Let's get on the road. And got to take the trailer brake off. And there is a car coming, and whoosh, she went straight past. Could have ended up on our bonnet, but he didn't. Or not underneath the front of our truck, not on the bonnet. We don't have a bonnet. At least this time we're actually in the day. Oh, that reminds me, I've got to take some photos. There we go. This time we're in the day. I mean, sometimes we have to drive in the night, and it is, you know, hard to take photos in that. So that's a good picture there. Look at that. Right. Whereabouts that there would make a good shot. Let's have a look at that. Very nice. And there we go. And away we go. Back into it. Keep going. Let's see, Paris is this way, so we've only got 69 kilometers. 69, dude! And 80 kilometers to go. So, sorry, 80 kilometers is what the speed we're meant to be doing. So, 69. Actually, that just reminded me of how immature I am, but anyway. I also, on the CB, some people did ask me, how come I don't use the CB anymore while I'm doing a recording? Well, you know, we had a few incidents there where, I don't know if any of you remember, I was doing a live stream and I just brought it on, I plugged it in and turned it on, and then just before I finished, this one guy started going off saying, you know, lots of naughty words during my live stream, and I'm like, well, yeah, well, that's it. I don't think we're going to use that anymore, so... So that's why we don't use the live CB anymore. So, and even more so now that during the day, during the night, there is a little bit of you know, this rude kind of talk, but during the day it's much worse. It really is. The CB talk is absolutely disgusting here in Australia. in America, like, we've had that live CB channel going. In for an American, what is it, channel? Oh no, not that turn. We're going to the next one. Channel, I can't remember what it is, but anyway, they're actually talking, and they're polite to each other. They are polite to each other. Here in Australia, it is not polite. People are very, very, very rude to each other, and it's like, well, you know. That's Australia. Welcome to Australia. Somebody makes a mistake, like one guy was doing, he read the sign as 70 while going into the port of Brisbane. It's not, it's 70 when you first start, but then it's goes to 90. And this one guy was doing 70 going through the 90 zone, And all these truckers all at one time just started smashing this guy, saying, "Oh mate, where'd you get your license from? You got it from an effing cereal box," and stuff like this. Oh man, it was going off. People go crazy, and I don't understand why. There's no need for it, but they do. It's nuts. Welcome to Australian CB, where you'll get abused for everything. And that's the truth. Oh, come on. I was just slowing down. Damn, Euro Trucks hates me, I swear it. It really does not like me, Euro Trucks. I always get speeding fines and all sorts of fines just for being in Euro Trucks. It's terrible. Surprised I don't make any money out of this game. Hey, don't you think about pulling in front of me, mate. I'm the user. You're just an AI. Alright. Let's throw that down a gear. And throw it down a gear, not into neutral. Now back up to 80. Now we're into Paris, which is the land of revenue, where they try and make as much money as you can. Oh, smell that. That's cattle. You can smell it. Cows. Lovely. Oh, I stopped to have lunch during the week, and while I was sitting there nicely, had the window open, the radio on, having lunch, what rolled past but a truck. And it was on a slight sort of grade as well, so as the truck's going past, all this piss and shit was falling out of the truck. And I'm just going, oh well. The guy behind me that was parked there as well, he had to go. He couldn't hack it, and I just went, oh well, doesn't matter. It's no big deal. I've smelt piss and shit before. I'm actually getting used to it. I lived most of my I lived a lot of my life on the farm, and we did fruit, but we had a cattle. Oh, that's a cool sign. We had a cattle ranch next door, and the cattle would you'd be down there mowing the grass, and the cattle would be there, and you could smell them. They stank, so I'm used to that smell, and I don't mind it. It actually reminds me so much of home. So he wasn't happy, the guy, so he took off. And I was just, yeah, that's alright, that's fine, I'll hack it for another 5-10 minutes. Whatever. Oh man. But it's really bad. It makes you think, because that's not the first time. Remember I mentioned to you guys a while back, when I was doing night shift, I pulled into the local McDonald's, and all this, as I pulled in there was two trucks leaving, 2 B doubles leaving full of cattle, and there was 4 B doubles in there full of cattle, and there was just piss and shit everywhere, and it stank. It really did. But we got a real problem here in Australia with the cattle, because if that's people are the truck drivers, and I know that there's nowhere for them to unload really, unless they're on the actual cattle station. Oh geez, wrong gear, senior. There we go. So it would be really hard. Like in New Zealand, I've seen photos of in New Zealand, at the bottom and top of every hill there is a waste disposal area that you can use with to clean your truck out, and that's really, really good. We don't have anything like that here in Australia. It's basically, oh well, you got cattle, that's fine, you just dump it anywhere. If you get caught by the cops, then that's your problem. But I don't think the cops really do anything. Oh, I gotta go this way a bit, because I've never seen a truck driver pulled over by the cops because he's dropped waste on there. It's mostly been speeding, if anything. Cops get you for that. Imagine a copper, I just pulled over a truck driver. He was dumping shit all over the road. Cow shit. Yeah, that would really look good, wouldn't it? To your fellow colleagues. That ain't gonna turn. Let's try and spin that around a bit more. There we go. I'm gonna have to wiggle this to and fro. I don't know what I'm doing. For some reason, it's just not working for me. Oh, look at that. It's gonna hit the other trail. Alright, that's it. I'm gonna just try this again. I don't know what I was actually thinking there. Sometimes, you know, when you're just having a bad day, or I don't know what it is, but just didn't work for me. Alright. Now, let me try and reposition this a bit better. So I can get in there and get this unloaded, drop it off nicely, you know, rather than mucking around like I normally do. Alright, there we go, turn it in, and it's going into the right area where I want it to go, straight off the bat, so that's good. And nicely tucking it in, and that should be, if I can get it in there, there we go, and that will be today's little adventure. There we go, nice easy one. It's gonna let me drop it off. There we go, sweet as a button. There we go. That is not too bad, you know, it's all in the line, and that's what matters. There we go, so lowering those wheels, and that is pretty much it for this video. There we go, excellent, thank you very much. There is 9 grand and some XP. There we go, and let's see, there we go, progress has gone to 3, so that means it's done. Very, very good. So number 3 has now been done. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed that little drive that we did. We went from Lille to Paris. So who knows where we're going to go in the next one. It could be anywhere. Could be Metz, it could be Luxembourg, it could be more in this area here. Who knows? Just have to wait and see. But look guys, I hope you enjoyed today's little event drive. And if you do, then if you like this video, then don't forget to punch that like button in the ass. And then you know, also you can put some comments in if you want to, you know, say comments. I do read your comments, guys. I don't always respond, but I do read your comments. And yeah, and if this is the first time you've seen Junior Senior Gaming, then make sure you head on over to the Junior Senior Gaming channel on YouTube and check it out. And while you're there, why don't you hit that subscribe button? But until next time, don't forget to keep the shiny side up and the greasy side down, and I'm 10-10 on the side. And remember, game on.